this was the main headline before I went to sleep. Mo Salah and Henderson meeting, and the Sun's headline saying, "Is it the end?" But it was not. It doesn't look like it is the end, because now the breaking news tells us that Mo Salah is recalled to the Liverpool squad for the game against Brighton at Anfield. Not only that, he is the EA Sports Player of the Month for November. Now let's go back to Arne Slot versus Mo Salah. Arne Slot said, "I'm definitely not enjoying this Mo Salah situation. We have won the league together and he has done so much for the club. Ideally, you're not in a situation like this with your player." So we can understand that Arne Slot is not happy. I mean, how can he possibly be happy? But the good news is, at least the one we have right now, Mo Salah has been included in the Liverpool squad for Saturday's Premier League game against Brighton. Well, things might change for these two. We might see him back here. Well, now at least for today, for Saturday, we will see him back in Liverpool's shirt. But one of the things we should remember is the fact that Mo Salah and Alexander Isak, these two Liverpool players, were the Premier League's highest goal scorers last season. Mo Salah scored 29 goals and Alexander Isak scored 23 goals last season, and 9 of them were penalty goals for Mo Salah and 4 of them were penalty goals for Alexander Isak. Now let's go to what Arne Slot said before the media, or before the public was was aware that he is included in the squad. He had said, "I will have a conversation with Mo. The outcome of that conversation determines it." So he has said that the outcome of our conversation will determine whether he will determine his future in Liverpool. So now 433, the breaking news tells us that Mo Salah will return to Liverpool matchday squad tomorrow. Well, that means on Saturday, after peace talks with Arne Slot at the club's training ground per multiple resource. Now let's go back to Arne Slot's comment. Arne Slot had said, "I have no reason for not wanting Mo Salah to stay at the club." I mean, it makes sense, but we still should remember that the headlines before this were about Mo Salah meeting with former Liverpool teammate Jordan Henderson on Friday in London. Yeah. So we have that, but he also won the league last season. Now let's go to Paul Merson's comments on Mo Salah. On Thursday he had said, "I'm on Mo Salah's side. I think he's a legend." He had said that he's a legend. The figures he's put on the wing, scoring goals and assists, is off the charts. We will never see that again, in my opinion. He's come out and said is he wants to play football. He's got the hump. How could you be, he said, in a nutshell, he supports Mo Salah because the one thing he did was voice his opinion about wanting to play. And I think, the fact that he's been told that you're not good enough does not sit well with Mo Salah, and he thinks that that's wrong. Yeah, well, according to him, according to Paul, Mo Salah has all the right to say that he wants to play for Liverpool. Let me stop there about Mo Salah. And the other thing is, Mo Salah did not travel to Milan on, I think it was on Wednesday or Tuesday, for Liverpool's Champions League game, but Liverpool won. At least that's one of the good news, or the positives for this club. They won thanks to Szoboszlai's late goal. Now, because he was omitted from the matchday squad for Liverpool's midweek victory over Inter Milan in the UEFA Champions League following his explosive interview after the Reds' 3-3 draw with Leeds United.